Hey, 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 hey. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Fantastic. Good to see you. We'll get started here in just a second. Hmm. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. If you guys are just popping on, good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to get started here in just a second. Let me see some here. All right. I've got some cool stuff. Some cool stuff today. Hopefully you guys are fantastic. Drop a comment. So here's what we're gonna do today, guys, is we're gonna talk about my top 10 business tools. Okay, I'm gonna actually show you kind of what I do behind the scenes. What I do behind the scenes, and so you guys will be able to see my tools and like kind of everything that I do. So hopefully you guys are loving this. Hopefully you guys are on the one last week as well, because that was a lot of fun, right? We talked about confidence, and people got a lot of value from that. I got a lot of messages and stuff about that. So that was good stuff. I'm just kind of spreading this around here real quick. All right, cool. Let me get my slides here. So if you guys are over here, what we have is some slides, okay? And what you're going to be able to do is take these slides with you, okay? And I'm going to walk through these tools and I'm going to show you how I use them, okay? So really, the reason why I wanted to do this particular talk for you guys was because there really are an incredible amount of tools, and there's an incredible amount of software and products, and it's overwhelming in a sense. And so what I wanted to do is give you guys an insight into the tools that I use, and show you kind of how I use them. And out of these 10 tools that I'm going to talk about today, I think 7 of them are free. So these are tools that I use every single day in $100,000 plus per month business. So it's a $1 million to a multi-million-dollar a year business. I've ran this business that I run, selling information products, selling network marketing, selling affiliate marketing. I've ran this now since 2010. Okay, so that's roughly about 7 years. And guys, if you guys are popping on, what we're talking about, just because I see some people popping on now, we're talking about business tools. Okay, so drop a comment, let people know where you're that you're here. Say hello. Don't be an internet stalker. Say hello. Be nice. And we're talking about tools. Okay, and the reason why we're talking about tools is because you're always being like, if you're subscribed to email list, which I really recommend you guys sort of start kind of purging your email box so you're not getting distracted every 5 minutes. But if you're a marketer, most likely you're subscribed to other marketers' marketing list, and it's every day it's a new tool, and it's like, oh my God, by the time you kind of wake up, you've realized you've bought 24 tools. You've got 15 subscriptions, all $49 a month. And it's like, you find yourself going back using these free things every day. So for me, running for now 7 years, $1 million to a multi-million-dollar a year business, sometimes with lots of employees, sometimes with no employees. The majority of the tools that I use are very simple. The things that I do are very simple. And oftentimes it's not a whole lot of oftentimes it's not a whole lot of complexity to it, because I believe that complexity really, at the end of the day, it just you know, if you're not clear, if your business is not simple, you're not going to have that confidence. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen. If you can see my screen, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and go over into the comments and just say yes. Okay, just say yes and tell me that you can see my screen. Obviously, you guys can't. There's a link up there that you can click that you can go, you can come over and see the screen. You can also get the slides. Okay. So I always want to have like a bonus or a gift for you guys. And today it's these slides that I'm going to be basically showing you, my top 10 tools that I use to make, 6 figures plus per month, right? Now, these are going to blow you away. What I really want to teach you is how to simplify your tools and software and do it without hurting your income. Okay. So the first one is SendLane. Okay. This is the first one. Now, why do you want to be using an autoresponder? And that's what SendLane is. Okay. I've actually got a link here. Okay. It's sendlane.legendary.tips. Okay. If you take that and you put that into your browser, you will actually pull up SendLane. Okay. Okay. So what is SendLane? SendLane is an autoresponder. One of the things of why it's so important to have an autoresponder, and I really try to beat this down in people's heads. I don't care if you're using a if you're a network marketer, affiliate marketer, if you've got some sort of an offline business, your number one business tool that you're going to be using is your autoresponder. Okay, an autoresponder, it basically allows you to go and build pages like this, like this one, for example. This was the registration page to get on these Legendary Marketers Club sessions. When somebody clicks "I'm so in," you get to collect their email address. Okay. If you're not building your email list, then you're really missing out. I'm going to show you how I built these pages too. That's going to be one of the tools that I'm going to show you as well. One of the reasons why I like SendLane, and I'm actually going to go over here and log into SendLane and kind of show you some of the back-end features, is because SendLane also allows you to build landing pages. Okay, so for example, I built a landing page. This landing page right here, crap, that's not it. Let me go in here and find it real quick. I'll show you the landing page that I built. One of the reasons why I like SendLane, and I just want to just pop over here just real quick, just to make sure that you guys can hear me and see my screen. So hopefully you pressed yes. Okay, it looks like you guys can. So looking for yeses that you can hear and see me. Okay, looks like everything's good. Okay, so we're back here, and SendLane's really simple. Okay, one of the reasons why I like it is because it actually gives you the ability to build landing pages. Okay, so for example, let me see this. So I built this page right here, right in SendLane. Now, a big problem for a lot of people is that they don't know how to build capture pages like this. So I can go in here and I can build a capture page with blazing speed and blazing simplicity, because everything is already set up for me. So club test, if I want to, looks like it already created it for me there. If I want to create a landing page here real quick, because all I would have to do was come in here. Headline goes here. I can set, obviously I can change around any of, oh, I can change around any of this text here. Okay. I can set the countdown timer. Okay. I can set the countdown timer for, say, tomorrow at, at noon Eastern time. I can, it will allow me to, do, I can add in, oops. Start this over somehow. Oh, it kicked me off. All right, let me go back in here and look at my landing pages because it kicked me off there for some reason. All right, so if I want to, let me see this. Let me edit this. Go back here and find my page. For some reason, it kicked me off right there. I don't know why. But anyways, I can go in here and I can kind of change all of this stuff, right? I can add an image to change this background image. Okay, upload background image. So I can come in here and anything, right? Obviously you saw that I added that, I added this picture over here on this one. I'm just throwing an image back in there real quick. You can edit all of this text and then boom, you save it. Okay, you continue. And now all of a sudden, you choose your description. You pick your list. So over here you've created some list. Okay, so you've created list over here. You can create a new list anytime that you want. You just pick your list name, your from name, your email address that you're going to be sending from, and then just fill in your address and all that. That's just basic spam policy stuff. And then back over here, when you're now all of a sudden is all you've got to do to be able to tie it to a list. If I wanted to tie this landing page to my Marketing Club weekly webinars, is all I would do is just select that. And then I can select a thank you page. So if I want them to go, I can go back in here and I can actually go and create another, I can choose another template here. And they've actually got thank you pages here as well. So, so for example, you'll see right here, there's all these different thank you pages, okay, video pages, thank you pages, whatever you want to call them. Here's a thank you page. So this is a preview of what that thank you page looks like. Obviously, I can put my logo in there. I can change the text. I can remove that button if I want to. And then I would just create that page right inside of here, copy and paste simple. And then I would go and take that, that URL and I would plug it in right here. Okay, thank you page URL. And now all of a sudden, obviously that's an invalid URL, but I would plug it right there. I would say, okay, the tracking code is not necessary. The exit pop-up, you can put a little exit pop-up here. So, when somebody tries to leave, it's like, wait, don't go. Okay. Now all of a sudden, just that fast, I can publish this page. Okay. And I've got a brand new page to where, and if somebody tries to, oh wait. So I've got a brand new page here that if somebody wants to opt into my list, right? Boom. It's like, have you ever seen a capture page built that fast, right? One of the biggest problems with marketers with them building their list is they don't know how to collect leads. They don't have the ability to be able to set up and build capture pages fast, right? So here, since your email database and your autoresponder is your most important tool, the reason why I like this autoresponder service is not only because it's made for marketers by marketers. Some of my good friends, Onyx Segal, Jimmy Kim, a guy named Zach, they all created this particular tool. But now all of a sudden you've got these. The bottom line, the reason why I say that is because, they understand what marketers' needs are, right? So they've built these landing pages. They're still a young enough company that, it's if you've got a problem, you can kind of have somebody go in there and change it. They respond to support really quick, and they're constantly updating these templates and creating new integrations for SendLane. I just like it mainly if you don't have the ability to be able to go and build your pages so you can build your list, you can do it here fast. And what I'll do is, if you want to get a little bit more fancy, I'll go over into GoDaddy and I'll buy a domain name, and I'll domain forward that domain name to this link that SendLane has created for me. So that's where I got the, if you look at, I guess that page is not. Anyways, that's real simple. Hopefully, you guys should be able to know how to do that. If you don't, then really is all you do. I can actually show it to you real quick. I really want you to be able to, understand, if you want to create a little bit of a better brand for yourself, then you can use your own domain name. So I would go, I would buy my domain name, and I could come in here to any of them, okay, and I would click on domain settings, okay, and then I would go right in here to, hold on a second, let's see where. Let me back up because I don't see what I'm looking for in there. Manage my domains. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, now I can go in. I can pick any of the, I can pick any of these domains. As all I got to do is click on it, and now the name servers. Oh, forwarding. Okay, forwarding. I go in, and I simply click on that. I add forwarding. Okay, so I can go in here and I can choose. I can choose my URL. Okay, I go back over here. I put that in there. Of course, it's already got the HTTP right there. Okay, so I'm going to take that out. Forward only, I'm going to forward it with masking. That will allow it to actually, the domain name to stay there. So I forward it with masking. You can fill in a title, right? This is just a club test, right? Marketer will do the club test here. You can add this stuff in for SEO purposes. If you have keywords, add your name in there. Add, online marketing, any keyword that you want to add. You create that just that fast. Okay, now all of a sudden, davidsharp.biz. Let's see how fast it takes for that to let's see here. Must be a few more minutes before it forwards. We'll give it a few more minutes to kind of warm up there. So do you see how simple that is? Now all of a sudden I have a domain name. This will update here in a second. I have an autoresponder, so I can go and I can drive traffic to my personally branded capture page now. And all of a sudden now I have this simple freaking process that requires literally no setup. It requires, well, a little bit of setup. It doesn't require any confusion. It doesn't require any, hassles. And the truth of the matter is, most of the complications of online marketing and online entrepreneurship are really only just somebody trying to create more complication for you than you actually need, right? So one of the mottos inside of my business is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And the reason why I live by that is because, and the reason why I talk about that with all of my team members and people all the time is because people complicate stuff. You don't need a complicated process for any of your marketing. As a matter of fact, the more simple, the better. So now you have a tool, okay, over here with this particular tool that you can easily and quickly build your email list by using the capture pages and by creating lists and then emailing them out, right? So So you guys probably got this email right here, right? This morning, okay? I sent this out to 49,000 people, okay? Live today. In order to do that, I just very simply create the campaign. I name it right here. And I want you to think about the power of this, okay? I can choose any of the lists that I've created, or I can just choose one of them. And now all of a sudden, I have the ability to, I want to start from scratch. You can kind of create your own templates. Now I can write an email out to 49,000 people all at once, spelling errors and all. Look at this. While others sit around and wonder where their next sale is coming from. Now let me ask you a question, and then I save that, spelling errors and all. I save that and I continue. And let me ask you a question. Would your business be different if you had 49,000 people that you could communicate a sales message to who knew your name any single time that you wanted? Of course you would, right? Of course you would, right? So that's why this is the #1 needed business tool for anybody who wants to build a business. #1 needed business tool. What's the next business tool that I want to talk about with you guys today? Okay. What's my next business tool? These are the top 10 business tools that I use for a 6-figure monthly business. #1 was an email autoresponder. Okay. #2 is actually I use ClickFunnels. Okay. Now this is the domain name, cf.legendary.tips. Okay. If you want to go there, that is my affiliate ID. And if you have an account, you can set up your affiliate ID as well. Okay. Let me show you why. Let me show you why this is a powerful tool. Let's see if davidsharp.biz updated yet. No, it didn't. Huh. Wonder why. It will. Sometimes it takes about an hour or so. Okay. So if you go to cf.legendary.tips, you're going to run into ClickFunnels. Okay. Why is ClickFunnels one of my guys, for those of you who are asking, what is this business about? I'm not talking about a business. I'm just talking about the top 10 tools that allowed me to make 6 figures a month and have for the past about 3 or 4 years, and how you can eliminate the majority of the things that you're using inside of your business. Okay, let's see here for a second. Oops. My password tool is not picking that. It's not recognizing that. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me show you for example. Why this is so powerful. Okay, not only can you make membership sites if you want to, you can design pages, things of that nature. You can post videos on these pages. But for me, I went in and I created because I started the Legendary Marketers Club, which is this page right here. And as you can see, it has a ClickFunnels domain, but you know that this is actually, we're using the domain legendarymarketer.com/live and /TV. It's because ClickFunnels allows us to integrate our own domains with this particular software program. Now, I'm a big Russell Brunson fan. I think he's a great marketer. He's a friend. We've known each other for a long time. He's been an affiliate of mine. I've been an affiliate of his. He's a smart businessman and one of the smartest marketers that I know. So what he designed with this software was the ability to literally drag and drop pages. So what I did was I actually started basically with a template. Okay. I was able to go in here and I was able to add my own image. Okay. As you can see, it allows me to, this is where I add my own image. You play around with this a little bit and you'll get the hang of it. You literally can go in here and let me just go ahead and build something for you. Or at least build a page for you and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So test webinar registration page. Let me give you an example. I was having some phone calls with some people today, and they were saying, well, I've done a whole lot of different stuff in my marketing career, but the results have not panned out the way that I've wished that they would. And I asked him, one guy in particular, he said, well, you know, I used to buy these media shares. It was kind of a lead generation co-op, and it wasn't really working out for me. And the more that I heard him talk, and I'm not picking on him, he may even be listening today. The more that I heard him talk, the more that I realized that he was building his business like he was playing the lotto. And if you build your business like you're playing the lotto, then it's not a business, it's just a game. And it's just a hobby. And you're going in and you're kind of randomly throwing kind of money in different directions, hoping that something pans out. And the truth of the matter is that, has anybody ever done that before? I mean, have you ever had that shift to where you realize that you were just throwing money at stuff, and you kind of either said, okay, this is not working out, or you made a transition to say, okay, I'm gonna do something different. You had a mindset shift to say, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to approach my business like a business, and for me, I've had to make various changes over the years. You know, I've had to go from working at home to going and working in an office. I've had to, I don't know, approach things and start testing and tracking things differently. I've had to get serious and start calling leads instead of hoping that they would magically sign up. Like all these different kind of things are some of the shifts that I've had that have made me take my business more seriously. Well, anyways, I asked this guy, I said, have you ever actually given value out to the marketplace? Like, have you provided more than 50% worth of value to the marketplace before you asked for the sale? So what I mean by that is, you know, I like what Gary Vee says when he talks about adding 51% of the value to the relationship. So my question was, had you done any videos? Had you done any hangouts? Had you done any webinars? Anything like that to add value? Because what happens when you do something like what I'm doing right now is that people will jump on these videos and they'll listen and they'll get value. And then if you by chance pick them up and call them on the phone, they're going to be really surprised and happy that you called them, and they're going to be a lot more likely to buy instead of you just being some random guy. So I give you that backstory because I'm going to show you real quickly how you can set up, you know, your own webinar funnel. So, you know, you can begin to do, you know, webinars and if that scares the hell out of you, then you can just do a Google Hangout and not even show your face like what I'm doing over here on, you know, with you guys here. So let me go, you just choose your registration page. Okay. So there's a ton of different templates that you can choose from. Okay, let's just select this template, for example. So now all of a sudden, now I've got this template here that I've picked. I can go in here and I can change the headline around. I can say David Sharps, get your ass into gear. I can change the font of this if I want, right? So I can take this down to 64 just to make it a little bit, I can bold it. You get the point, right? David Sharps, get your ass into gear webinar. Okay, I can bold that. Now that looks, let's just do this because this is more along the lines of what you're actually going to do. We'll take it back to 96. Okay, so you know, you can play around with these. You can play around with these different buttons. You can add your picture. You can add a video here. You have custom embeds. You can add a YouTube link. You can add a Vimeo link. I mean, it literally is point and click simple. You can change these headlines. My spelling's horrible today, isn't it? But it auto corrects it for you. I don't know if you caught that just then. You can go up here to email. You can integrate it from SendLane. You can integrate it from GoToWebinar. You can integrate it from Aweber. So now all of a sudden this page, like if I had an Aweber account, I would connect it. I would connect my Aweber account to ClickFunnels, which is really easy. And then I would just then begin building my list by sending people to register for my webinar, right? And then when I got them on my list, now all of a sudden I'm just, you could host the video on ClickFunnels like I'm doing right now. This is a ClickFunnels page that you're on, or you can go and you can go and just host your Google Hangout right on YouTube, right? You can do one or the other. The point is that you can save this page, go back over here, exit out of here. You can literally create this. You can create entirely new funnels. You can create sales funnels. You can create product launch funnels. You can create membership sites. I mean, there is literally no. You can create websites. Okay, we're just about to launch a protege program, which basically means that people can come down and kind of earn while they learn working for me. Okay, looking for phone sales people, looking for a copywriter, looking for a couple of different positions. We built this entire site right here inside of ClickFunnels. Why is that useful for your business? Well, because before that, you literally needed a freaking programmer and a designer, and that was either really expensive in the United States, so we're going over to the Philippines or going over to India and hiring somebody who works 12 hours ahead of us, so it's hard to manage them. And remember, we're trying to keep jobs in the United States after all, which is the hardest thing in the world, because the majority of people overseas actually work for cheaper and they work harder. But that's another subject. So instead of all of that, right, so you can remove yourself from that big, huge problem. Now, all of a sudden, you can go in here and you can do it yourself. It's like $97 a month or something like that. And I think you can get a discount if you buy like a year, right? So that link to go and buy that, and here's what I'd recommend, okay, is cf.legendary.tips, okay? cf.legendary.tips. Again, it's everything you need to market, everything you need to sell, everything you need to deliver your products online. You can create sexy landing pages, sales funnels, membership sites, and more. Now, if you want to get started, I would say go and get SendLane and hook yourself up with an autoresponder and build your landing pages. But if you want to actually go and build your sales funnels, build your registration page, build out webinar funnels, build out product launch funnels. I mean, whatever campaign that you can possibly think of, if you want the ability to have if you want to be able to paste a video onto a page, you wonder how in the world, it's like sometimes I think I look at websites and even still today, I say, how did they magically make that look like that? Well, now you have that in your fingertips, okay? Let me keep it moving here so we can stay kind of on track. So if you want SendLane, go and open up an account at sendlane.legendary.tips. I think you can take a free trial with that as well. ClickFunnels is cf.legendary.tips. Yes, those are both my affiliate links. I do earn a commission if you buy from that. But you know what? Who the hell else is going to support my Starbucks coffee habit after all? All right, let's keep this going. Here's my productivity tools. Okay, so those two are tools that are like paid tools, and I think there's one more that I'm going to talk about. Everything else that I'm going to talk about from here on out, though, is free. Okay, I am going to mention one other paid one, Infusionsoft, but that is only for advanced people, and I'll tell you kind of why I use that. So Jing, let me show you what Jing does. Okay, have you ever had a problem that you wanted to communicate to somebody on the internet, whether they're on your team or whether there's somebody on Facebook, or if it's a family member, you have a technical issue, but you don't know how to really describe it? You don't know how to really, and it's like going to be like a 5-page novel to write it out and actually communicate it to somebody. So there's this product called Jing. These are my top 10 tools I use. 7 of them are free to build a $1 million plus a year business. Plus, right? At $1 million a year plus business, right? Mainly I spend all of my money on drinking Starbucks coffee, but again, that's another story. So Jing, let's see here. Big Bad Jing. This is a free tool. Okay, let's see if we've given you a website. Okay, techsmith.com/jing.html, and you can get that website down in the slides. Let me show you how this works. So, say I'm having a problem with my ClickFunnels account. Say I'm having a problem that I want to communicate to my assistant. Say I'm having a problem that I want to, communicate to my teammates. And tell me in the comments if you've ever spent like an hour writing out an email that you thought, man, there had to have been a better way to communicate that in like 5 minutes or less. welcome to the world of David's productivity secrets. Okay. So now all of a sudden I can do this, and I can do one of two things. First and foremost, I spread this bad boy right across my computer like that. And I can either take a photo or I can record an image. Now watch this, or excuse me, or I can record a video. So watch this. Now in 3, 2, 1. Hey, how's it going? This is Dave Sharp, the person that you work for, as if I'm sending this to like my assistant or something like that. Listen, I'm looking at this site that you built me, and oh my God, this thing is like, it's beautiful, but it's also horrendous. Now there's this one little thing that I want you to kind of go over here and fix and kind of screw around with, because as I look at this picture, I just don't look as sexy as I think that I could. And I think that you can make me just look a little bit more handsome in this one particular picture, but I don't really know exactly what I want. So I want you to just kind of go over here, and I want you to just kind of click around here, and maybe move my picture over to this side of the page or something like that. I don't know. You know, I don't like this headline either. If you would kind of screw around with this headline and write something different and kind of move my logo over to the right-hand side, because, you know, I'm a little bit dyslexic, and I'm, you know, I prefer things to be over on the right-hand side of the page. And over here, this blue, I don't really like this color, and the way that it opens up like that, you know, I'd prefer it to be red down here. So I want you to imagine, okay, so let me not get ahead of myself. So let me go down here. I've got 5 total minutes in Jing. Now I finish this, okay? And I can name this. You can see I've got this little name. This was website bitching session, okay? Spelled bitching. I'm going to share this via screencast. This baby is going to go up in here, and it's going to, like, you know, it's going to load there for a second. And then here in a few minutes, it's actually going to give me a link. And when I click that link, I can also copy and paste that link and share it. And I can, you know, go over here. Come on, bad boy. Load up. To load on the internet now. Like, it's like you want it's not moving fast enough. Like right now. Anyways, it's going to give me a link, and it's going to play back that video, okay? It's one of the most useful ever. Saves of all the videos and images that you've actually taken. So here's my link. I click it, and there's my video, okay? As soon as it loads, here's my video. Hey, how's it going? This is Dave Sharp. Okay, now I can take that video, then I can take that link, and I can go over here to, let's just say, for example, you know, Julie, and I can say, hey, Julie, you know, that's messed up. You know, or I could just freaking paste the dang thing in there and just send it to her, right? And now all of a sudden I don't have, which she's going to get that probably and be like, what in the hell is he talking about? But, you know, you got to have a little fun when you're working too. So that is my third favorite tool that I use on a regular basis. Okay, so that's called Jing. Okay, how many of you guys are liking these tools so far? Leave me a comment down in the bottom if you're getting you know, some value out of this stuff. So Google Docs. So let me talk about Google Docs here for a second. I was always trying to figure out a way that I could sort of communicate with people, and I could kind of stay organized, and I could create kind of, you know, because everybody has their own organization system. I've met a whole lot of people that have tried planners, calendars, all this different kind of stuff, and they just still prefer their good old legal pad that they just make their to-do list on a daily basis, and they just try to cover all those points. I've seen people try Basecamp. I've seen people try Teamwork. These are all kind of project management software programs. For me, it was a struggle for me to kind of go in there and work in freaking Basecamp and Teamwork and Trello. And before you knew it, I had logins to like 5 different project management software systems. And I didn't want to log into any of them. Okay. So when it comes to organization and productivity, I'm not the most organized guy. I would say that I'm probably one of the most productive guys that I know, but it's not because I'm the most organized. I think that if I could be more organized, I'd be 10 times more productive. But what I've learned when it comes to organization, when it comes to productivity, you have to find a system that works for you, right? You have to find a system that works for you, okay? For me, what I've found is that Google Docs works really well for me because I can access it on my phone, which is recording something right now, or streaming live here on Facebook. I can access it on my phone. I can share the documents easily because most people have a Gmail address. It updates it live, right? Because Google is like a gazillion dollar a year company. They're worth like, actually they're worth, there's something that's greater than trillions. It's called bazillions, and they're worth that much, right? So they have all of these people working on making their products awesome every day. And so so what I love about Google, let me show you, is a couple of things, okay? And right now my Google account has like 1 million, or my Google Docs account has like 1 million things in it. But I can still show you. Chrome is allows you to do this cool little trick that I want to show you guys. Oops. You guys are gonna trip when I show you this. At least I started tripping when I saw this. Okay, so not only can you organize, you have all of these, you have all of these, you know, your documents, and then you can also open up your also open up your Drive, which allows you to go and organize all of your documents that you've saved. You can organize them all in here. So I have different, you know, I have different folders, you know, right here for different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's making content for me, if somebody's, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, however you want to organize it. Over here, though, I want to show you something that's just sick. Okay, this is just beyond freaking cool, and so I'm going to title this Beyond Cool. Okay, that's the title of my document. I'm also going to bug Julie. Julie's getting all this weird stuff from me today. First, it was that weird video via screencast, and now it's going to be this. Okay, so let's record. Here we go. Hey, Julie. I really wanted to freak you out by sending you some really kind of crazy stuff today. I hope that by getting all of this stuff, you're totally weirded out and you think that I'm even weirder than you already thought that I was. Period. Return. Oops. Let me stop this here. I haven't quite figured out how to actually make it go, you know, do a new paragraph, but tell me this is not sick. You guys, I'm going to lose you here pretty soon because my phone's dying, so you should click the link and come over on the page where we're streaming live. So anyways, comma, Julie, again, about me being weird and about me freaking you out by constantly sending you random stuff that confuses you and makes you look at me like I'm a total weirdo, period. I just wanted to continue to send you more weird stuff via now Google Docs using this really cool voice recorder that would just really make you think this dude is really, really weird, period. Now, those of you who are watching me do this right now in this live example, I want you to imagine how easy it would be if you wanted to write a book, period. I want you to think about how easy it would be to write a sales letter or write a blog post by using this Google freaking tool that I'm using right now, sending to Julie, letting her know how totally weird I am by sharing something that when she reads it is not going to make any freaking sense whatsoever, period. All right, that's enough from me. I think you guys get the point about how freaking cool this thing is, period. So who the hell's digging that? You know what I'm saying? Who's digging that? Let me go over here and make sure that the live stream is that we're still going strong. We should still be going strong, guys. Just had a little bit of a. Oh yeah, we're going strong. Okay, guys, leave me a comment if that is just the most coolest thing you have ever seen. I mean, seriously, when we talk about productivity, we're talking about like, how much time could this possibly save you, right? And here's the thing that I want you to think about is that even though everything might not come out exactly how you want it to come out on Google, look at how much I've written by never even touching my let me I mean, think about, I didn't even touch my keyboard right there. I mean, how amazing is that, right? I mean, how amazing is that? I didn't even touch my keyboard. Okay, so you guys get the picture. That is definitely one of my favorite tools. And Julie's totally going to think that we are so weird, okay, because we're sending her all this stuff that's just really weird. Okay, so you want to make sure that you use Google Docs in Chrome. Chrome is the browser that actually Google built, I believe, and so I believe that's the only place you can get that voice tool. Okay, so Keynote or PowerPoint. Okay, let me show you. A lot of people they say, man, he must, he's done like a lot of sales and I mean, really had a lot of success. I mean, he must really really have like this complicated behind the scenes process that he's kind of building out all of his stuff with. Well, once again, we're proving the haters wrong. Okay. So for me, where I build the majority of my stuff at, and let me try to give you a good example. Okay. So I've got a capture page. And this is a free gift that I want to give you guys. Okay, there's a lot of value in this. So it's called simplesignupsystem.com. And in this free video series, I'm actually going to give you it's basically a free course that I was going to sell for $297. It teaches you exactly my simple sign-up system that I've used for the past 7 years to recruit thousands, build teams of over 200,000 people, earn millions online, build a huge email list. It all boils down to a very simple system, and I teach you the entire thing inside of this simple sign-up system. And then I give you the opportunity to get access to download my scripts, my phone scripts, my email scripts, all this different kind of stuff. It's super cool. You'll love it when you go through it. But anyways, I just created that funnel. And this is exactly how I designed my pages. Okay, for me, this is what's worked for me. Okay, I'll go into to Keynote and I'll design sort of how I want the page to look in Keynote first, and then I'll send it over to like a designer or something like that if I'm having them build, or I'll just build it right in ClickFunnels. The point is that this is actually, people say, Dave, because they know that I've basically wrote all my copy, designed all my capture pages. I do all of the copy inside of my business. I do all of the capture pages. I do all of the marketing. And most people don't do that, right? They want, a lot of people, they ask me, how do you do that? How do you design the pages? This is how, okay? Sometimes the simple way, even if it's not pretty, is better than not getting it done, right? And I like to show you this stuff because I like you to see that this is what it looks like behind the scenes. Like, this is what I'm doing to make money, to build my business, to build my brand. Behind the scenes, this is what I'm using. Now, of course, also, this particular, which another, man, I wish I would have added this. But another tool that I use all the time is Evernote. And I'm going to show you a tip that actually one of my clients gave me, who's now a business partner of mine. I want to show you this. It is such a good tip. But I've also got some other keynotes in Evernote that I want to show you. So in Evernote, one of the best ways to organize all of your stuff is if you create a new note. Okay, so you can create a new note here, new note. You can give it a tag. Okay, so I know I've got an add swipe file. So new note test. I can save that, and then I can easily search through my tags in Evernote, and I can find everything that I believe that's the best way to organize inside of Evernote. Okay, in my swipe file, boom. There's my new note test right there. Okay. If I wanted to find my keynotes, I believe I've got a tag in here for keynotes. There you go. Okay. So I've got this keynote for this particular presentation, and I've got another keynote for another presentation. But of course, I believe that you should get used to using Keynote and PowerNote like eventually, because that's how for me anyways, that's how, in this right here, this presentation that you're watching, most of the presentations that you watch in these video sales letters or on webinars are done inside of Keynote or PowerPoint. And they don't have to be fancy. I want you to look at how we did this one. Black and white background. You can see it in the notes below. You can download the presentation that I'm going over right now. It doesn't have to be fancy. Okay. I was downloading something to show you another presentation that I use, or that it's taken a while to download. So we'll keep going. So Keynote and PowerPoint is something that I use all the time, and I threw Evernote in there just because I believe that, you know, it's a good way to stay organized. I think the more organized you can be, the more structured you can be, the more productive you'll be. Because now, for example, let me show you. My desktop right now is a sloppy, disgusting disaster. Now, you can always tell how busy somebody is usually by their desktop, right? Now, you can see I'm not good at organizing, right? So that's why I need all of these systems. So because what I'll do is once every couple of weeks, I'll go through my entire desktop, because I save all the shit to my desktop, and I'll save what I need to save inside of Evernote. I'll put whatever I need to put inside of Google Docs. And I do think it's okay to have Google Docs and Evernote at the same time, because they're sort of for two different things. Those are the two main tools that I use to stay organized and productive. Okay. So let's jump back into this. The next tool is Canva. And the reason why I don't use Canva as much, but people on my team do sometimes, and it's a great tool for you to make images for free. So, you know, memes, you know, one of the best things that gets shared on social media right now is like memes. So you can take a picture of yourself, okay? And you can go in and you can do something like this. You can there was my presentation that was just downloading from Evernote. You can create images like this, okay, inside of Canva pretty easily, okay? Let me see here. These, even though all of these, something like this, I created this right inside of Keynote. You can do that and probably make it look better in Canva, okay? So Canva, again, free photo. So if you wanted to make a Facebook cover for your Facebook page to make yourself look a little bit more professional, Canva is the place to do that. Here, let me ask you guys too, if you have any tools that would help the community, comment down below, okay? Comment down below and let people know what your favorite tool is inside of your business that you use every single day. As you guys can see, this is not me just trying to hawk some software program because I can make a big commission off of it. There's nothing for sale here, except I gave you a couple of affiliate links to SendLane and to ClickFunnels earlier, which you can get, and you can, it's always appreciated to buy things through affiliate links because that supports my Starbucks habit. But as you can see, like, these are the tools that I just use every day, and 7 out of the 10 are free. Okay. So Canva is one of the other ones. Infusionsoft. Now I use Infusionsoft. I finally gave into Infusionsoft, and the reason why is because I use the campaign builder. Okay, and what I do with the campaign builder. Let me see if I can log in. This is an advanced thing that if you are not making money in your business right now, whoops, I don't think it's necessary, because it wasn't necessary for me for a very long time. But anyways, again, I just started using it, like really using it. But anyways, I have something in here called the Campaign Builder, and you can basically go in here and you can set up all of this different kind of these different kind of if this person does this, then do this. If they don't do this, then send this email, and it can kind of get pretty complicated. This is something that you can aspire to do if you're just getting started, right? For some reason, it's not even loading on for me here, so I'm not going to be able to show you how sexy it is. But there we go. Okay, there it is. So we've got these campaigns that sort of run in they're all sexy and complicated, and if you want to experience one, go to the simplesignup.system.com, and you'll kind of see this particular funnel that I'm showing you right here. It's fairly complex. We built this thing to have all of these different features in it. It's pretty cool. But instead of just being a regular follow-up series, it's got these different, if they do this, then we apply this tag and send this email and wait at least 5 hours and run between, these different times and all this different kind of stuff. And like I said, it's fairly complicated. I actually hire people to go in here and do this stuff. But the bottom line is it is a tool that after 7 years of making money online and building my business as an entrepreneur, I finally started using a little bit more advanced tools like this. I had a company that many of you have known me for a long time. I was the co-founder of back in 2011, and we did about 150 million sales in about 2 years when I was there. And we didn't have any of the automation or follow-up stuff that I use in my business now. We just really use just like value webinars, conference calls. We didn't even really do a whole lot of email follow-up. So the reason why I tell you that is because it's not necessary that you have this. I wanted to throw this in here because I didn't want this to just be, for newbies only. I wanted to show you that there is another level of marketing here. And one day I might do a presentation on why this stuff is, why this is like the next level and necessary at some points if you're running paid advertising, because you want to make sure. I feel like if you're running paid advertising and you're not picking up the phone and calling your leads at some point or running a pretty complicated follow-up series, then you're most likely probably leaving money on the table. And that's my opinion, right? Because too many people get in the online marketing game and they think, well, I'm going to start running traffic and money's just going to fall from the skies. And when it doesn't happen like that, they act like it doesn't work. It does work. It's just that you've got to add these other touch points, one of them being a phone call. And then you've really got to have a good follow-up process. And you can have that follow-up process in a tool like, first and foremost, SendLane. You can start out there because you can create an autoresponder of messages that go out every 5 to, you can write as many as you want. In the simple sign-up system, if you go through that funnel and you book a call to talk with us, I'll give you 20 email templates that you can just load right into your email autoresponder, so you don't even have to worry about writing them. Okay, and that's at simplesignupsystem.com. And you'll also be able to see this funnel that we built for that particular process up inside of Infusionsoft. Up in here. Okay. So let's keep it going. This was one of the keynotes that I was going to show you that I had saved in Evernote, right? Not the sexiest thing, but it got the job done. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to, and a lot of times I'll just get these images right off of Google, which is probably copyright infringing. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Okay. A little copyright infringement, it's not like you're out there killing somebody. You want to not do it, but you don't want to shame yourself if you had to swipe an image here or there. All right. So here's a tool that I really love, and I'm streaming here from Facebook on my phone. But inside of your phone, there's a tool called a voice recorder. So as you can see, that just like I showed you with Google Docs. And before I go any further, type value if you guys are getting value out of this. I want to be able to make sure that I'm giving you guys cool stuff that you really enjoy, that's making a difference in your life and business. So type value if you're liking this, type value if you're enjoying this. And also the other thing that I want you to do is I want you to share your number one tool. I've given you 10 of mine. I want you to share your number one tool that you use to be productive and that you use to every single day in your business. I want to know the thing that you just use every day. And I want the community here in the Marketing Club, I want everybody to be able to lean on sort of the things that you do as well. Because this is not just about me, it's about leaning. There's other smart people who are showing up to these Marketing Club live talks. I want you to contribute to, and I want to know what tools that you use. So comment value if you're getting value, and then share your number one tool. So back to my iPhone app. There is a little app on your iPhone if you have an iPhone, and most likely there's one on your Android, or unless you have a dumb phone, there's probably not a voice recorder app on a dumb phone. But if you even have a semi-smartphone, then what I like to do is, instead of, again, as you can see, I do everything that I can to not be constantly typing or hunched over my computer. I'll record a little message on my phone, whether it's 2 minutes or whether it's 20 minutes, and whoever it's for. Like, for example, if I have somebody that I'm prospecting, I'll record a message and I'll send it to them, right? If I can't get them on the phone. I think it's better than texting, because then you can actually hear somebody's voice and make a connection with them. And when somebody hears your voice, it's always a deeper connection than them just reading text. I'll send it to people who work for me. I'll send it to people who work with me. I'll send it to, I typically don't send it to my wife, because we just are connected at the heart, and we just can read each other's minds. So we don't have to send each other messages. But I do use this app a lot. And it's not even an app. I think it comes custom right on your phone. I just hit the little record button and I just send the message. I record it and I just send it to people. And I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Let's say you want to write an email or a blog post or a book. You can either do it right on Google, or if you are, there's somewhere where you feel more inspired to just talk, okay, then you can also, if there's somewhere where you feel more inspired to just talk, you can just take your little iPhone app and you can hit record and then just go talk, and you can send it to a place and get it transcribed. And there's a really great transcription service. Man, I wish I could remember the name of this transcription service right off the top of my head. I'd love to give it to you guys because I've even used it. Transcription service. Hopefully the internet is still, where is it? Oh, Rev. Yeah, REV. This is a great transcription service. $1 a minute, I think. But it's very reliable. You can just go there and you can send them your audio and you can get it transcribed. Okay, so this is a great way to have sales letters written. This is a great way to have blog posts, emails, books, lead magnets, all that different kind of stuff recorded on your little iPhone app and then send it over to them. Or you could obviously use the Google Doc thing that I showed you before. That's another way. But I like this audio recording app because it just really, man, I'm always looking for a way to just quickly get something out of my head and over to somebody fast. So Fiverr is my next recommendation and one of my favorite tools. So Fiverr, just because you can get stuff done for $5 and you can search the toolbar and literally typically get anything done that you can think of. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to start a podcast, you can get an intro. If you want, something stupid done, you just don't feel like doing, you can get it done. I mean, you wouldn't believe what people do for $5. And if it's a little bit more of a difficult task, maybe it might be 10, 15, 20 bucks, something like that, but it's a killer service. And most of the things that you think that you need to pay hundreds of dollars for, you can just go to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. And it's like it says here, the world's largest marketplace for digital services, starting at only $5. You get logo designs, marketing services, all kinds of stuff. It's unbelievable. Okay, last but not least is Upwork. Okay, Upwork is the old. What is it the old of? There was a service that was. It was what the heck? What did it used to be? I forget the name of it, but it used to be another outsource. Elance, I think, was what it was. Upwork is the world's largest online workplace where you can find freelancers for virtually any job you need completed. So anything that you want, anything that you need, you can go. Okay, you can go there and typically you can hire somebody. Now this is where you get into a little bit more complicated stuff. Okay, and so if you need a programmer, if you need a designer, if you need somebody to do something for you that's a little bit more advanced, you can get it off of. You can get it off of Upwork. Okay, hold on a second. Let me try to bring you guys back here. Stop sharing my screen. There you are. So how many of you guys like this? Did you enjoy this? Were these tools valuable for you? And what was your favorite one? I'm wondering what your favorite one was out of everything that I shared. Or was it the Google Docs one? Was it SendLane? Okay, whatever it was, leave me a comment and let me know what it was, because I'm really interested. I want to know that you guys, dug the tools. Those are my top 10 tools that I use. 7 out of the 10 are free, and Infusionsoft I think is advanced, so you don't really need to use Infusionsoft. I think that you should get started with something like SendLane, or even go use Aweber to get your marketing list started, and then move on from there to get a little bit more complicated. Okay. Last but not least, okay, free gift for you. If you guys have not gone through simplesignupsystem.com, that's a free marketing course for you. Let me see if I can, let's see, is my whiteboard going to work today? Let's see if I can. My whiteboards, you know what? It's just going to be too, simplesign-up-system.com. Yeah, I know you can't see that. Hold on. Let me just make sure that it's, oh, here we go. Okay. Share my screen. You guys should be able to see this now. So simplesign-up-system.com is a completely free course, okay, 100% free, and you can go through that, and I'll give you lots of cool bonuses and stuff like that. Lots of free training. It was a marketing course that I was going to sell for $297. I decided to just turn it into a free training that's a lot of value for you. That's also the campaign that I built inside of Infusionsoft, if you're interested in looking at that. And then if you want to get a free coaching call with us, we've got lots of free video scripts, email templates, phone scripts, all this good jazz. It's just a whole lot of value. This is the year that I sink an amazing amount of, write that down real quick because I'm going to take it off the screen here. Simplesignupsystem.com. Simplesignupsystem.com. This is really the year that I just invest everything that I can into you guys, because I want to do everything that I can to help you really elevate to your potential. I've been talking to a lot of you lately because a lot of you have been coming through the Simple Sign Up system, signing up for the call, and we've been having chats. We've been having chats, and this is the microphone that I use, just in case. I've had this microphone for so long. It's the Blue Snowball. Okay. So it works really well. I'll even show you my webcam, show you around how the hell am I going to show you my webcam? What is it? It's the Logitech. Let me see. Logitech webcam C930E. Try to maybe Google that. It works really well. It's super killer. This is my little conference room right here, as you guys can see. I would love to have you down to my office one day. Maybe I'll do an event, and you guys can come down here, and I'll train you guys, and we'll hang out and have some fun. But again, this is the year really that I invest everything that I can into you guys, because I was talking to somebody today, and it was really sad because they said, I have this other mentor. He's this big guru, and he's just always jumping around doing something different. And it seems like he can't focus and stay consistent with something. So I don't know how I would ever expect myself to stay focused and consistent with something. And so she really felt lost and confused. And I know that there's an unbelievable amount of, overwhelming information out there on the internet. I also know that entrepreneurship is the best damn thing since sliced bread. And that doesn't mean that you can't still have a job. It doesn't mean that you can't still, do whatever you're doing right now. There's some people who like what they do. I have some people who work for me who also have other jobs, because I kind of provide a entrepreneurial environment when people come and work for me for free, or it's not for free. I provide an entrepreneurial environment for people to work for, to grow within. And they enjoy that, the flexibility, and what they learn, right? I'm going to have some of my people. I had Julie out on Tuesday. I'm going to have some of my other people out that work with me and for me here in the future. But I just know that the playing field has been leveled this year. The playing field has been leveled not only this year, but it's been happening now for a long time. That people can get involved in entrepreneurship, man, and it's like, I hear so often the news talking about the unemployment rates, and I just think it's such a bunch of BS. Not that the unemployment rates are not true, but the fact that people are literally believing that their only option is to go down and beg for $10 an hour. It's not your only option, And if you think about my story and which is my life, I had nothing and no experience, no credentials, and I could not speak. And there was no way that I could get on camera like this when I first got started. I was too nervous. I didn't have anything to say. I didn't know what I was going to say. And I just kept at it. So I want you to know the reason why I'm saying this is that the playing field has been leveled. Okay. And I want you to stay focused, right, on your goals and your dreams and what you've started. I want you to double down on what you've already started, because the number one thing that entrepreneurs struggle with in the first place is shiny object syndrome. It's always doing something different. And some people think that I talk about this because I really give a damn what you do. I don't. You can do 50 things. It's not going to make me lose any sleep, and it's not going to hurt my income any. But what I know is that if you can just focus and be consistent for long enough, okay, if you can just do a live event for your audience once a week. I don't care if it's a conference call. I don't care if it's a Google Hangout. I don't care if it's you're streaming live from Facebook. If you can just do one thing a week to where you add value to the marketplace, in 12 months, your life will look totally different. I'm not talking about grinding 20 hours a day. I'm not talking about spending $20,000 in advertising. I'm not talking about, doing anything that's unreasonable. I'm just talking about just adding value to the marketplace once a week for the next 12 months. I've made a commitment that I'm going to do these for you twice a week for at least the next 12 months. The Legendary Marketers Club, it's free, right? It's free value. You can come on here and listen. A lot of the topics that I'm talking about, I took a survey from my list. You guys told me what you wanted to learn. Now I'm teaching that, right? So if you want to know what people want to learn, go and create a Survey Monkey, a survey, and say, this is what I did. I created a Survey Monkey funnel. I said, what's the day that you want to learn? What's the time that you want to learn? And what's the one thing you want me to teach? And I Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday crushed it. But I wanted to space them out, so I did Tuesday and Thursday. And over 60% of people said between like noon or 3 p.m. So they wanted daytime training. Okay, and the training was how do I raise my confidence? So last week I did a Legendary Marketers Club live talk on confidence. This week because I want to make sure that I'm talking about things that are relevant for you, right? So this week, people wanted to know, what are the tools that I use in my business? And so, it's like, what are the real tools that I use in my business? I didn't have to go and I didn't have to create a big, long presentation. I don't have to worry about selling something on every event. I'm not going to die if I don't sell something on every webinar. I'm going to give you value. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to train you in hopes that down the road, if when I am selling something, when I am promoting something, you're going to know that I legitimately stand behind it, and I've already invested so much already into you that, you're going to make the investment if it's a good fit for you, right? And that's how I can earn a living. So it's a real easy, simple business model when you approach it like that. It doesn't have to be complicated. I listen to some people talk sometimes on Facebook, and, people who are making, a lot of money. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you telling people? Like, why are you taking them down this rabbit hole that doesn't make sense? All it's doing is confusing people and making them more overwhelmed and more stuck. We don't need that, right? What we need simple, we need clear, and we need authentic, right? We don't need, we don't need the man hiding behind the curtain. We don't need the Wizard of Oz, right? We need real, we need simple, we need clear. And that's what I needed when I got started. I didn't have that in many respects. So I had to figure a lot of stuff out on my own. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, so I didn't waste a lot of money. It wasn't like I was, blowing through tens of thousands of dollars, because quite frankly, I didn't have tens of thousands of dollars. But what I was doing was I was consistently keeping moving forward. And I was consistently listening and learning. And I was consistently showing up and listening to the same people instead of getting pulled in a million different directions. Because Lord knows there's something different launching every week and a new product that the new guru of the week says that you need to buy all the time. And the truth of the matter is that, you've got to use some common sense in this business. You've got to use some common sense as an entrepreneur. You've got to use some common sense as a network marketer. You've got to use common sense as an internet or affiliate marketer. You've got to just use your common sense pretty much in anything you do. And that's one of the most priceless things that you have is just your gut and your common sense. It's like, okay, the hype, it's like, yeah, I want to join this other thing, but it's like, how about doubling down on what I'm already doing? How about focusing and putting all of my effort into what I'm already doing? How about getting inspired by Dave Sharp, showing up to one of these hangouts and hearing me just, rant a little bit and just show you behind the scenes so you can see what I'm actually doing and realizing that it's not a magic show. That I'm getting up every day and I'm just doing the work, right? And I'm doing it smart. I'm not writing everything. I'm using Google Docs and I'm talking it out. Those are my shortcuts. Those are my secrets that I'm using to, be the best marketer, be the best entrepreneur that I can be. And it's made me a shite pile of money, by just doing that. And so for now, what I want you to do is I want you to go and I want you to learn what I've taught inside of the Simple Sign Up system. And that domain name, again, that website is simplesignupsystem.com. You'll see an amazing video series. It's a training course that I was going to sell for $297. And then you have an opportunity to speak with me or one of my partners that works for me for a real, legitimate fast start coaching call. It's been amazing. I've been on the phone with people and they pick up the phone and I say, hey, this is Dave Sharp or somebody from Dave Sharp's office. And they go, I can't believe you called. Right? With no agenda, no motivation, except to give you value and help you down the path of entrepreneurship, right? Of network marketing, of affiliate marketing, of internet marketing, and help you become more successful, help you become more purposeful. I believe Legendary Marketer is all about doing marketing with meaning, with purpose, right? Because when you do it like that, it just, I don't know. It just makes more of a difference. And when you change people's lives, you make more money, instead of just looking to do the next money grab, which is, I'm done with. And I see people doing this all the time. It's like the next money grab, the next big thing. And, the truth of the matter is entrepreneurship is built in the trenches. It's built in the long game. And it's the most powerful, lucrative thing you can do when you really learn how to master this art. And it is. It's a game. It's an art. And hopefully these tools today that I gave you helped you in your journey. Simplify, clarify, and give you a lot of value. So with that being said, of course you can download the slides. This recording will be up for a limited time. So make sure that you download those. I want you to take that with you. Sign up for a free trial with SendLane and ClickFunnels. Please do that because I believe that'll help you. Get started in a simple way. Those are tools that I use every day. So I'm recommending things that I use, and clear your desktop off because Lord knows I need to clear my desktop off. And don't forget before you leave, if you've gotten value from this, guys, just type value in the comments below. And if you have your favorite productivity tool, leave that for us so we can kind of lean on your experience and what you've learned because we know you have a favorite and we just want you to share that with us too. And don't be greedy. Share your tools, okay? From me and the angelic Starbucks woman, as well as my water, which I'm drinking. My wife got me these bottles. I just think they're awesome. Right? They just look cool. It's the simple things, my friends. It's the simple things. Take care.